Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about how this might actually be bad news as far as the next DLC goes for Grand Theft Auto Online, because according to a theory that is blowing up, it looks like there's one that's currently not in the work. So it might be a while before we see genuinely new content here in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'll explain everything in this video today, and it begins with us talking about something that Rockstar Games insider TezFunds2 said on the GTA forum site the other week. So he said, this is an interesting theory by the 5M team. We basically received 2 client patches and Rockstar has been bumping up the build IDs like crazy. We received this recent patch 30 daily builds after the previous one. We seem to be getting daily builds directly from development to the public branch. And it's worth noting that all this time, QA Beta 2 has been getting updates, yet QA Beta 3 is yet to receive a single update after the release of Cayo Perico. We'll take a look at what the hidden content reveals in a second. And so he says, so this could align with the 5M theory that there's possibly no new DLC in development. So staying with TezFunds2's comment for a little bit, basically Rockstar has been giving us daily updates, like daily builds to QA Beta 2, which is a development branch, but QA Beta 3 has yet to receive a single one, which is bad news because it could mean there is no DLC in development. Now, what is the 5M theory? Well, it's this right here. So they tweeted, interesting Rockstar theory. Number 1, GTA 5 2245 got released exactly a month after GTA 5 2215. Number 2, this seems to be a patch Tuesday of sorts for quality/security updates. Number 3, unlike prior builds, 2060.0, 2060.2, and 1604.1, these seem to be daily, 30 days given rebuilds. Number 4, usually big build bumps were reserved for DLC, like for example, 2060 to 2189, etc. This may imply that there's no new DLC for the dev/NG branch, since we're only getting daily builds directly now, not branch offs of 2189.x, 21.89.y. As we know, next gen GTA V and standalone GTA Online is coming in the second half of 2021. Number 7, therefore, it could be that Grand Theft Auto Online standalone will be around the next DLC timeframe, summer. Number 8, however, console build numbers, well, one explanation could that Grand Theft Auto Online be released for current gen, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well based on the new code base, leaving single player behind on its own. And number 9, finally, this same release will probably see GTA 5 enhanced as a new paid purchase DLC option on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Okay, so that right there is obviously a very interesting theory that we could not be getting a new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC until the expanded and enhanced version of the game arrives. And it basically comes from looking at the patches that Rockstar are doing and how they have differed from the past. And unfortunately, this might be the case that Rockstar does because they want people to get excited for the expanded and enhanced version. And I think single player is going to take care of that self on its own. Like, for example, if Rockstar builds and designs an entirely new engine, if there's faster loading times, better graphics, if there's visual and technical improvements, the single player stuff will sell itself. The online stuff has a little bit tougher time selling itself. So here's what I'm thinking that Rockstar might be doing, is they might be saving their next big update for right exactly when the standalone version of that releases. Because Rockstar did confirm on the very one newswire that they've talked about this so far, GTA 5 expanded and enhanced and Grand Theft Auto Online, the standalone version, was that there was going to be exclusive content for both of those systems. Content that would not be coming to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So would Rockstar right off the bat start us off with new content that the older systems are simply not going to be getting? That would be very, very interesting. But this does sort of make sense, and it might make sense why Rockstar also haven't done some things like releasing the last bit of drip feed from the Cayo Perico heist. So one thing in particular that a lot of people have been asking for, there's one item that you can source from the Cayo Perico ice that hasn't been released yet, and it's the Panther statue. Some people saying the Panther statue payout is bugged on hard at the moment, and TezFun2 saying, I believe it's only bugged because it's not enabled yet. Rockstar can adjust the max payout for Cayo Perico so they can bump it up upon releasing the Panther statue. So that hasn't released, which to me means they might be trying to stretch out like the new content that is introduced a whole lot longer so that they can get away with, keeping this DLC on hold for as long as possible. So just something to think about right there. And there was one really last bit of follow-up from Rockstar Games insider TezFun2. He posted this on the Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Online next DLC speculation thread, saying there's this theory by 5M, which we talked about, and the fact that QA Beta 3 for GTA 5 is yet to be updated after the latest DLC release, suggesting there's possibly no new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC in development, and that all resources are allocated to expanded and enhanced. In contrast, QA Beta 3 for Red Dead Redemption 2 is receiving updates weekly, so Red Dead Online may take precedence this time. So that is interesting. Not only is it not getting updated for Grand Theft Auto Online, but it is getting updated for Red Dead Online, which would indicate and could indicate that there is a DLC on the way for Red Dead Online, but not one for GTA Online. And I don't know how people would take this. Technically, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the newest of the games, so maybe Rockstar says they finally need to start, allocating time towards developing big-time updates for that. But a lot of people might also say that GTA is the more popular game just by default, which it is. Not saying Red Dead Redemption 2 is a bad game at all. GTA is just more popular. And so because of that, some people would say, no, Rockstar, you need to focus on Grand Theft Auto Online and not Red Dead Online. Now, by far the thing that's probably the most frustrating here is we continue to not see or hear anything from Rockstar. I think that people would be fine with waiting or not receiving an update if they knew what was going on. But Rockstar is providing so little information that it is becoming incredibly frustrating to be a fan of both of these games, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, simply because we just don't know what's coming. If we had any sort of idea, I think we would be okay with, Red Dead Online getting a new Outlaw Pass. We would be okay with Grand Theft Auto Online just having event weeks for a couple of months or whatever the time period might be. But because Rockstar continues to be radio silent on everything that they're doing, I believe it's leading to a frustrated fan base. So I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think Rockstar Games is up to here? What do you think this means for GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto Online, its DLCs, its updates? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.